Pakistan's illegally incarcerated former Prime Minister Imran Khan has written a letter to Pakistan's de facto ruler, Chief of Army Staff General Asim Munir, warning of the rising threat of terrorism in the country. According to Alima Khan, the former Prime Minister's sister, Imran Khan criticized the military's focus on dismantling his party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf (PTI), instead of prioritizing national security in his letter. Quote, "If the same effort used to crush PTI was directed towards securing our borders, our people would feel much safer," unquote, Khan wrote. He further warned that the ongoing campaign against him and his party is deepening the divide between the public and the military. Over the last 2 years since Asim Munir took over, Pakistan has witnessed the highest number of terrorism-related casualties. Just this weekend, 20 soldiers of the Pakistani army lost their lives in Balochistan, where the insurgency has significantly intensified. The Pakistani security and intelligence apparatus under Asim Munir has targeted Mr. Khan and his party, arbitrarily incarcerating thousands of political workers. Thousands of overseas Pakistanis rallied in the Italian city of Brescia as worldwide protests began, marking the first anniversary of election rigging in Pakistan. Former Prime Minister Imran Khan had called on Pakistanis to observe February 8th as quote-unquote Black Day. Dr. Shehbaz Gill, a senior advisor to Khan, led the rally on behalf of PTI, Imran Khan's party. Shehbaz Gill, addressing the crowd, praised the courage of overseas Pakistanis and emphasized their role in keeping the struggle for democracy alive. Quote, "Your voices echo across borders. The world is watching and the fight for justice will prevail," unquote, he said. Protests will take place across the world this coming week, with rallies scheduled in Washington, D.C., Boston, London, and Brussels. Despite transnational repression, where the families of overseas Pakistanis are being targeted in Pakistan, the diaspora continues to respond to calls for protests. And now we turn to our special coverage of the Islamabad massacre. The death toll from the Islamabad massacre has risen to 15 as news of another victim, Hikmatullah, has only now surfaced. Young Hikmatullah hailed from Balochistan and had travelled thousands of miles to the capital Islamabad to participate in PTI's Democracy March. He was fatally shot when security forces in a military-style operation deployed snipers to target unarmed protesters. Reports of his death are only emerging now because of the intense crackdown by authorities. His family was forced to bury him in silence, fearing retaliation from security forces who have been systematically targeting the families of victims. Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan has called for an independent judicial commission comprised of the senior-most judges of the Supreme Court to investigate the Islamabad massacre. US President Donald Trump has sparked a trade war by imposing tariffs on imports from his country's neighbors, Canada and Mexico. Canada has responded in kind, and Mexico has also said it will retaliate. The three countries have deeply integrated economies and supply chains, with an estimated $2 billion worth of manufactured goods crossing the borders daily. Trump says he wants to protect American industry, but many economists warn the taxes could lead to prices rising for consumers in the US. The stock market fell on Monday, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average sliding about 550 points or 1.25% in early trading on Monday. The S&P 500 dropped 1.5% and the tech-heavy Nasdaq plummeted 2%. In a series of social media posts over the weekend, Trump said the tariffs target Canada, Mexico and China for hosting the manufacture and transport of illicit drugs that end up in the US. In a Truth Social post on Sunday, Trump urged the three countries to address his concerns while acknowledging that the tariffs may cause some financial hardship within the US.